Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Legends of StarCraft. We have on the wonderful, multi-talented James Harper, Emperor Mengsk. So, hello. How you doing, James?
Hello, James.
Hello. It's nice to meet you two guys. Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me to do this. It's been a while since I've done anything based with StarCraft interviews or whatever the like and so on. Life is up and down and all around. So when I got the kind notification from my arch enemy, Mr. Rayner, little Jimmy Rayner, Robert said, "Hey, we have this gentleman here. I met him and I just did something with him. Mark would love to interview you." And I went, "Oh, well, that's flattering. Okay. Yeah, good. I need to get back into the arena, as it were." So, yeah, so I was very happy about that. I got lots of stuff for, the period of time when the original, good God, the original was done in 90. We started
98. Yeah.
recording it in 97. So, long time ago. So when, many years later, it comes around for the sequel and stuff. And then people, and I had no clue as to the popularity, and how I just wasn't in the video game world at all. I'd done the original StarCraft. And then at the same period of time, they also asked me to do, I'm going to black. I'm older now. My memory is fading.
Diablo 2, I think.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. I did Diablo 2, and then I think there was maybe some little odds and ends of some other things. I think I did about 3 or 4 different things for them all. And I, quite frankly, to be very honest with you and let it out there into the Ethernet, I never actually pursued this very much. I should have, I suppose, but I didn't, because I am not one that I back then in 97 and stuff, video games were so new, really, their infancy of them. And I did Robert tell you how and where we did the original one?
The little corner off it,
little corner area, yeah.
In Irvine.
Yep, in Irvine.
A tiny little area in a tiny little cubicle.
In a tiny little cubicle in one of those, office complexes things, and it was about, I'd say, maybe this time of year, maybe more into the summer. Maybe it was more like July, August, and the building had no air conditioning.
Oh God, no.
And they had put up a whisper booth inside this little office. So not only were you in an office with no air moving, you were then inside the whisper booth with no air circulation around.
Heat box. Yeah. Jeez.
In sweat doing that thing there.
Yeah.
Turned out okay, though, I guess.
It gets you more into the anger of Mengsk.
Yeah.
Great fun. Great fun working with all those guys. And oh my goodness, well, I'm going to blank on his name right now because of my age. Chris
Metzen, yeah.
And the other guys, but then to have it come back 10 years later and get a call out of the blue that, you interested in doing the sequel? Maybe. Yeah, sure. And so it was terrific. But once again, I didn't put it out there in the Ethernet or to the various people around that could benefit me in doing this kind of stuff. And it was I don't over the past few years, I've gotten very unenamored with the business side of this. Not specific to video games at all. Specific to the business of acting. Whether it's a video game, whether it's a voiceover, whether it's on camera, whether it's a stage, whatever. Gotten very, very disenchanted with chasing this stuff down and the whole process, you know. And maybe this is an ego thing. I suppose part of it is an ego thing. But I've always expected by this point in time I would be getting more direct phone calls. What a foolish thought on my part! Pointed out to me just a few short years ago when I went into Hollywood. This is before the pandemic and stuff. This was a number of years ago. And I went into Hollywood to a casting director for an on-camera thing. I think it might have been a film. And I hadn't been to a big audition in quite some time. But over the years, when you're out here in Hollywood and you're going to your auditions as a regular kind of thing, and you tend to run into the same people at the auditions when you're at a certain level. When you've done a certain amount of work, you're going to be seeing the same people. You're in competition with these guys or women over and over and over again. And I hadn't been in one of those on-camera, in-person auditions in a long, long time. And I pulled up, I parked, I walked up the stairs. This was over, it might have been Gower Studios over in Hollywood, Sunset Gower. And I walk up the steps and got up to the room, and there's, of course, the hallway and all these guys waiting. And I'm going, oh, my God, I know everybody here. I know everybody here. And most of these people have had at least 3 series, you know. And I'm going, I'm back up into the getting it done there kind of thing, you know.
Yeah, getting back in it.
Yeah. And, one of the people that was there that I, you know, in days of yore, I never considered that I would be competing against him. But I don't know. Do you know the actor Anthony Zerbe?
Anthony Zerbe. I'll have to look him up.
Yeah.
I think he actually did some, might have done some voiceover stuff. Yeah, he's a very successful stage actor, and he's been on a couple of series as a regular, stuff like that.
Okay, he was in Insurrection, Star Trek Insurrection. I do know him, yes.
Yeah, he was in a few things that I know about, yeah.
Cool. I worked with Anthony on a couple of things, a couple of different times. An on-camera thing in Las Vegas a number of years ago when they were opening Treasure Island. Before that, way long ago, back in 1981, I did a production of Cyrano with him at the Long Wharf Theater in New Haven, Connecticut.
Yeah, you do theater, don't you? Isn't that
Yes, lots of theater. Anyway, so I've known Anthony for years and years and years, but I've never gone into an audition on camera, and there he is auditioning for the same part. You know, that's just a little weird to me. I feel flattered and so on and so forth. But guys of his stature, you know, I'm going, here this guy is still auditioning. He's, you know, Anthony's got to be at least 10 years older than me, if not more than that.
He is 88 right now, according to Wikipedia.
He is more than 10 years older than me.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a bit more.
No, he is. He's more than 10 years older than me. Anyway, and I love him to death. I mean, he's such a great guy, and we've been great. But that was the beginnings of my going, what's going on here? And I had actually before that, back in the 90s, I don't know what you want. You want to be, I'm not talking about StarCraft.
That's fine.
You're fine.
Yeah, you're good.
Preamble is fine.
But there's a casting director who's very great, wonderful casting director. And I knew her in New York. I know her from New York before I came out here. And she, I guess it must have been about 90, probably about 91, she began casting, began the regular casting director. She replaced 2 other casting directors at L.A. Law. Do you remember L.A. Law, the series?
Yes,
I do.
yes, I do.
Yeah. Okay, so she was casting director. And in New York, back in the day, 70s, 80s, et cetera, where it was not a big thing to do this, but I used to, for a couple of casting directors, I would come in and be a reader for the people they were auditioning for the main roles. And I didn't think anything about doing that. No, there was it didn't mean anything to do that. It wasn't a negative thing to the director or whoever was there that you were somebody coming in and reading with the person or people auditioning for these major roles. And when I came out here, I didn't want to do that anymore. I mean, to be honest with you, one of the casting directors I did this for in New York, doing it for her, was responsible for about half the regional theater jobs I got. Because I would be down at the end of the table, I'd go up, I'd read with the person. And I remember this one time, I went up and read with the person, and the director's in the middle of the table here, and I sit back down over here, and I sense him going, looking at me down at the end of the table, and I'm going, and I had just gotten back from a job that I'd been gone for 4 months out of town, and I slunk back in my chair and said, "Oh no, please don't offer me anything. I don't want to do that." And of course I did get the job offer, and I went off and I did the job in Arizona. Anyway, so that's the kind of stuff I did do a lot for these 2-3 casting directors in particular, but I didn't want to do it out in LA because I had a feeling that people out in, directors and people working in television film out here have blinders on, and they don't really see the actor as an actor who's doing reading opposite the person who's auditioning. That they would say, "Oh, he's or she is just a reader," they're not anybody, and. So this casting director for LA Law called me up, and she said, "I don't have a reader today. Can you, at all possible, you can come over to Fox and be a reader for me?" And I thought about it, and I said, I thought to myself, well, you know what? I already have done a guest star on LA Law, so they know me. So there's not, that's not going to affect me and my standing with them or anything. So I said, yes. Yeah. Well, that one afternoon of reading turned into a steady job for me for 3 years. All the seasons that she was the casting director, I came in and did the majority of reading with people. And then I also, people know this, but the actors that are on contract are subject to being called in to work at any time because they're on contract. So if they need to do a reshoot of a scene, let's say it's a scene with a series regular and a guest star, they don't bring the guest star back in for that to reshoot something because that will cost them more money.
Yep.
It doesn't cost them any more money to have the series regular come in. So in those situations, they used to have me come in, and I would read the other person's lines off camera. So they wouldn't do that. And there was an episode one time, and I watched it on air when it was broadcast initially. And I would be the only person that knew this, really, but there were about 4 or 5 different scenes in the hour that were reshoots. So literally 2/3 of the show, in reality, I was the person everybody else was talking to.
That's awesome.
No matter which character it was, if it was from the guest's point of view, so it was showing on the series regular, and they were the person speaking, I would have been the person speaking to them.
That's so cool.
It was cool, and this was yes, this was not free. I didn't give my services away for free, so it was great that way, and it was like kind of having a day job kind of thing for them, and they were such great people working for them. All the guys at LA Law, and and it was great to see them, and got to be great friends with Jim Smits, and also then got to work with another wonderful actor who I knew from New York, and we'd done stuff together and stuff, unfortunately, who passed away, John Spencer. And it was great to get to do stuff with him and everyone. I mean, it was just a phenomenal thing. Anyway, blah, 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 and on and on and on. Then things started changing just a few years ago, not too long ago, and then they start doing these self-tapes and stuff like that, and you don't go in and see audition in person stuff. And I've always had a problem getting a job on tape. I can only recall ever getting a job when I was put on tape for the audition. One time I got a job from a self-tape, and one of the reasons why I got it was that the director's wife, he was playing the auditions at home on his VCR. Yeah, VCRs. Remember those things?
Yeah,
I remember them
way back.
So he was sitting there in the living room playing the audition tapes on the VCR, and his wife happened to walk by behind him through the living room, and she stopped, evidently, this is how she described it to me, does a double take, and she goes, "Oh, wow, that's James Harper. You ought to hire him." What do you know about it?
It's who you know.
So, well, yeah, I had gone to school with her.
Mm.
We weren't in the same class at Juilliard in New York.
Wow.
And he did. He hired me. It was a movie of the week, and this would have been, probably somewhere around 93, 94, somewhere in there, when movies of the week were still big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Done all the time. And unfortunately, that director, her husband, passed away a few years ago, which I was very sad to hear about. She's a wonderful actress. Anyway, so it's the only time I ever remember getting. Now, I've not done a lot of those in this period of time, and then the pandemic came in. So then all of a sudden, nobody's calling people in, nobody's auditioning anything in person. Yeah. And have we returned to in person? Not much. No.
And COVID's not even around hardly, and we're not returning yet. It's so strange.
No, I know.
It's still around, but
I still have friends posting on Facebook and other places with comments going, "Oh my God, I just had my first in-person audition in 5 years."
Oh, wow.
I mean, started 4 years ago. And the other thing that I will tell you, a little thing, do you need to interject and ask me questions about StarCraft?
You're fine, man.
We're letting you give the backstory.
I tend to go on and on and on.
The audience wants to get to know you, James.
Yes.
Okay. So, now, what was I saying? Now I lost my train of thought.
COVID and Facebook, and 5 years since you've been.
No, yeah. Okay, yeah. So here was the thing. So I hadn't done. Since all this started before COVID, I wasn't interested in the stuff you got to go through, just wasn't interested in the games you got to play, the everything else, and the call me in for an audition. I'll come in, audition, offer me something. I'll do that too. And I don't mind coming in. I love to audition. Please. That's how I get my work. In-person audition, call me in, dooby-doo-doo. And then I had a problem. My agent became a rabbi and stopped agenting. So, and I'm serious. That's not a joke.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds like a setup to a joke.
It truly happened. And he was actually he was an agent of mine and had his own agency and stuff like that. And he was actually someone who also went to Juilliard, was an actor first, and then subsequently became an agent and stuff, and now he's a rabbi and stuff. And so now I forgot what the point of that was.
It's okay. It happens to me all the time.
Anyway, so anyway, so I hadn't done anything in a while, and the last play I did was at a local theater, 99-seat theater here in Los Angeles. It was I guess it must have been about 2009, something like that. Maybe a little. I think that was about right. And it was great, wonderful. I got to play FDR, roll myself around on the stage in a wheelchair. It was great. And then I got a direct call from the artistic director of the theater, is also a playwright and the director, and wanted to do a reading of a new play he had just written. And I was very honored, flattered, said, yes, of course, sure, I'll come over and do it. And the reading was hugely successful. And it was loosely based on, now I'm going to Meet John Doe. I don't know if you're familiar with the films of, oh God, what's his name now?
Let me look it up. I haven't heard of this specific one.
Meet John Doe, or he also who did, what is the Christmas one?
Frank Capra.
Thank you, Frank Capra.
Oh man, this is a long time ago. Damn. Yeah, Frank Capra. Yeah.
Capra. Frank Capra. C-A-P-R-A. Capra.
Yeah, Capra. There you go.
Yeah, right. So he adapted this play loosely based on Meet John Doe, and he had the main character. He transformed the main character into the main character is a white guy, and he changed it to a female, black female, and called Meet Jane Doe. That was the original title. So he did the reading. The reading was hugely successful. My other half, who was there, she said, "Oh, they're gonna ask you to do this directly if they ever do the production of it." And I said, "Well, it's very nice to think about that, but who knows?" Anyway, so yeah, many months later, called me up and they asked me to do it. And so the character that I'm playing is a combination of the name Roger Ailes, familiar to you?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, I do know that name.
I know him.
Roger Ailes, former general manager, everything else, or executive director of Fox, whatever.
Yeah.
So a combination of him and Donald Trump.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. No. Quite fun.
Nice.
So go in, do it. He changed the name of the play to Human Interest Story. And we did 3 previews over Valentine's Day. And we opened, I think, the next weekend. And I should mention the year was 2020. Does that ring a bell at all?
Yes.
Just as everything started.
Everything happened ever in 2020.
Yeah. So performed 3 weekends and then everything shut down everywhere.
Oh no!
I had just had brand new headshots taken. This was my return to the living, my return to getting out there. I knew this was going to do big things for me if people had seen it.
The shame.
You're seeing it. And everything shut down in LA and everywhere else across the country. And was that what, and right off the bat, we're saying, this will be about 6 weeks or so. We'll come back in 6 weeks.
That's what they were all saying.
Blah, blah, da-dee. Well, that was the last we ever heard of that. What the theater actually did, the smart thing for them, and I had a connection there, as I said, for a while. But they had a huge, for a small theater, it's huge. It's not very huge, but they had a parking lot right next to the building. And behind the parking lot that way, on the other side was an auto repair shop and stuff. And then to the other side was I think something that used to be a church, no longer a church, it's another business. But this parking lot they give to their people, they're located in, Little Armenia area, which is near Fountain Avenue. What's the name of the theater? I'll tell you, Fountain Theater.
Yeah.
And do such great work and great things. Anyway, so they built an outdoor stage. So they actually, and then put a show in it. They actually opened a new production. Let's see, this was February, March, April, May. They opened a new production 6 months later on their new outdoor stage. So they were able to generate audiences, income, et cetera, and it was a hugely successful show. What was it? I can't remember the name of it. What is something Bluefish Cove?
Right.
Okay.
That's so cool.
Just look up Bluefish Cove. You go.
Bluefish. Yeah, we'll look
anyway,
it up.
so that was there, and they never came back to Human Interest Story. Never came back to it. So much for that idea. It was
really fucked up everything, didn't it?
Boy, didn't it ever. Yeah. Terrific. And so
speaking of unwanted swarms of bugs that destroy people's lives with viruses and shit.
Yes.
How were you approached to be the emperor of Ruler Sector?
Yeah.
Something very, 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 very extraordinarily straightforward. And it has a lot to do with the infancy of video games and people not knowing what the blood those things were. Right. It was a straightforward submission and by my agent and a response from the casting director.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That was it.
Okay.
Well, yes. Auditioning this character, voiceover right there in a kind of an office, kind of a. I don't think there was a whisper booth. I think it was just a room. But you know what? It may have been a whisper booth. It was as I recall, it was some office building, high-rise thing in Sherman Oaks, California, on Ventura Boulevard. It was not a regular casting studio or anything like that. It was this casting director's office and stuff. And God, I'm trying to think. Oh, I can't remember exactly who it was. But yeah, that's what I did. That was the original. I went in, read for it, and then got the part, and then found out I had to drive down to Irvine, which is not the most fun road trip in the, driving from LA down to Orange County, at any time of day. But this, and it wasn't as bad then. It was 1997 wasn't as bad as it is now.
The air wasn't nearly as polluted. The fucking world wasn't as collaged with bad drivers.
You're right. You're right. You're so right about that. And it was close to their current campus. I assume they still have their current campus in Irvine.
I think they do.
Yeah, it's
because they've gone big.
Yeah,
they have. Yeah,
big
so big that they've forgotten their whole original fan base and everyone. But yes, they've gone big.
Right. Yeah. They didn't move over with where the new name actually is over in the Santa Monica area. Or
Activision, you mean, right?
Yeah.
When they were bought by them, yeah.
Yeah,
that's where they're probably primarily there now, but they probably do absolutely still own their original facility, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, so you think most of their stuff is done at Activision in the Santa Monica over the West LA area?
Nowadays,
still Irvine. I know they still have their Irvine campus. It's their
Right.
That's a huge deal.
It's big.
Irvine.
It is a big deal. And
Have you guys been?
I've been around it. I have not been allowed in.
I have not been there. I would love to go there and see the rooms that everything was recorded in, but that's probably never going to happen.
Well, it is. It's pretty amazing and interesting. And when I don't know if Robert talked to you about this, but when it was finally released, many years after the original, and fully a year since we recorded it, the sequel, StarCraft 2, we got an invite. Everybody was invited down to the home base down there for a grand release party and
launch
that
party,
kind of stuff. Yeah, launch party. It was fantastic. We went down there. I guess I drove down on my own. I was thinking I might have driven down later on. I think I drove down did a car thing with Robert and possibly Neil Kaplan.
Nice.
I was going to say with Robert, did you meet him because I know in 1, a lot of the actors were kind of cloistered. You didn't really meet the other ones. Did you meet him with 2 and kind of form that friendship then? Or goes back to the 90s?
No, we met in 1. I don't know.
Okay.
I think we did. Maybe that's a long time ago.
Yeah, we're talking 30 years.
That's the part I'm not quite clear on, but certainly we became fast friends, with all of the extracurricular stuff that was going on, And I think we did I'm trying to think right now whether or not we did any actually recording at the same time. I don't think so. I think it's all been solo.
Really? Because I know you had one cinematic together, and usually they try to do more character bounce off each other. I don't know if you were with him for that final cinematic where, spoilers, the Emperor Mengsk bites the dust. The final Heart of the Swarm one where Mengsk dies.
I don't even remember it.
The anger in his face. He's like, damn it, the damn Rainer got me.
No, that was by myself.
Oh, wow, okay.
Oh, cool.
I mean, I'll double check with Robert, but I'm pretty darn sure we recorded all that stuff up here at LA Studios, which is a very well-used recording studio.
Well, that's really cool either way. Yeah.
It's over on it's across the freeway from Universal.
Oh, right.
And directly,
I do know where that is.
It's
that is California. Okay.
Directly across the street from Hanna-Barbera.
Oh, cool.
Their original place. I don't know if that's used anymore.
Yeah.
I have a question for you. When they first started talking to you about Mengsk back in the 90s, did they show you concept art? Did they tell you about his backstory or anything? Or
did Chris explain the character? Did you get to meet Chris and have him? I know he usually does.
The whole thing was Chris.
Oh, okay.
Well, the whole original stuff was Chris. Chris was there in the room. Chris was there running the sessions and stuff. It was all this before these guys were big. I mean, this was it was that's what it was.
Yeah.
It was to my knowledge and what I got from 20 years ago or 30, whatever it was, is that this was Chris's baby.
It still is.
Yep.
He loves
exactly.
Did
he loves wings.
And he's great. I love Chris Metzen. Chris Metzen is great. I remember some other guys' names that I also liked and stuff. A couple of whom aren't working for Blizzard anymore.
Most of them are. They've gone on to other things.
Blizzard's really fallen down the beaten path. Mengsk died right when Blizzard started becoming not amazing. So it was You left right when it was all starting to become worse and worse. So yeah.
Well, that's very interesting that you say that. Very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Yeah,
Some people might disagree on like the year that they fell off, but like if you ask me, that's when they started going downhill. It was around 2013, 2014.
I was crushed that they did away with me.
Yeah.
Because with Mengsk, not with me. Well, I would have been more crushed with me. No, because, although anything can happen anywhere at any time, because it's all make-believe,
It's all make-believe.
killing him off limited my return.
They did bring you back anyway.
They brought you back for co-op, right?
Yeah.
I didn't do that.
No, you're pretty sure you did.
I promised you did that.
Yeah,
it sounded exactly like you. Either that or we're dealing with AI voice, which is impossible because that was way before that was a thing.
I need to see that.
What do you say this is? What is the name of it?
It's called Co-op Missions, where there's a Mengsk commander, and you also did an announcer, which is like, oh, I'm going to spectate your match.
Okay. Can you send me something that I can play on my Mac? I have Mac. I don't have Windows. This is Mac.
Can you open a YouTube video? Here.
Oh yeah, if it's
better yet, I'll just fucking stream it. Give me 1 second while I open the tab.
That works. We also, because I know the developer of it. I don't know if the name will jog your memory. Chris Fugate. He was a huge fan of Mengsk as a character, and like, I get to direct James, and I get to have him say all these lines, and it's so awesome. So I'm hoping it's you. Hoping they didn't.
I hope it's you as well. I'll find it. Well, while we find it, James.
Yes.
What are some of your favorite moments recording for Mengsk? Any like favorite standout moments?
Oh wow, this is. Well, I don't want to use this as an excuse, but a reason. Been a long time.
Yeah.
That's okay.
This is 2024. 2009 when we recorded StarCraft 2. 2016 was Heart of the Swarm.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where Kerrigan is and all the stuff.
Yeah, and stabs you and you
blow right. I die in that? Is that where I died?
That's where you die, yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay. So that would have been recorded. That would have been recorded if it was. Do you remember what month in 2013?
That was released in, I think it was the spring. Let me look it up.
Makes sense that it would have been the spring.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
So
yeah.
Here is one voice line from co-op.
You left me no choice. Say goodbye to your constituent atoms.
Is that not you?
It could be me. The reason I'm saying could be is because unbeknownst to me, and I don't know if I have constraints on me for talking about these things. I don't know what's out there and what's preventing me from stuff because I don't remember anything. You can't say anything about this. But somewhere out there, somebody recorded my voice, and it wasn't me. So I don't know what it was in. I don't know where it was. But somebody recorded my voice. Now, let me ask.
Missiles. Fire again! Fire them all!
Sorry, play on it some.
That sounds like me.
I'm pretty sure. Like, and I wish we could get the full announcer, but like, unless it's a very convincing fake, this sounds like you. So I'm hoping it's you.
Maybe it's just because it's been a while.
The person that would have done it would be a convincing fake. Yeah. I have no doubt that the person who says they did it is a convincing fake. So let me ask you a question then. So I know about at least one of the other characters. They do these things. They make up these not comic books, but they make up these paperback books that tell the story of this character or that character. And we get no residuals for that. But right, they make up these books and stuff, and they're taken. All they are printed straight from the dialogue of the things. But they also make a video, not a video, but a recording of it, so you can hear that comes out. Right? Yes, it's an audio book of it. Right. So, do you know, is there ever an audio book done of anything of Mengsk?
Several, and it is done by Neil Kaplan, who did the voice work for
it.
it.
There you go. I didn't have anything.
Yeah, they have a book called Mengsk, which I would have loved if you could have been the voice actor.
Well, I would have loved it too, but
it's all about Mengsk. It's all about his father. It's all about how the real reason why he hates Kerrigan so much. And there's so much detail in it.
It's probably
nothing personal, Neil, but Neil, you're no James Harper.
Well,
he did a decent impression.
He did an admirable job, but he's
it's the only person that could have possibly come close.
Yeah, and there's also like I brought my Mengsk shirt for this.
How do I get one of those? Where'd that come from?
Yeah, it's been around since the first Heart of the Swarm or Wings of Liberty. So,
oh, really?
I'll send you a link if I can find it on Amazon.
I had to get it secondhand. It's hard to find it.
Please do if you can find it. Yes, I was not. I can tell you one thing, that I got a few calls. I don't know what it was referencing specifically to do, but I wasn't available.
Okay.
And much of the time, there's not much getting around the schedules they put forth.
Yes, they're under a very strict schedule.
Yeah, and which is amazing to think that they would be, because it takes them so long to get stuff done. How many years till the sequel came out? 10? And stuff, which is all great, successful, and so on and so forth. But they can be adamant about. Sometimes they aren't so strict about it. Particularly when we were doing the original and doing the sequel here. What's the first one of the sequels?
Wings of Liberty.
Right, Wings of Liberty. So that was, and I fit in all with that. There was no problems, and it was easy. Just driving down to Irvine. And then they started doing it up here at LA Studios, which were great. But I did get some calls, and I was not available for various reasons, because this was what year? This would have been 2012. Oh, yeah, I know why. Personal.
Okay.
Personal. My mother was. I spent 5 years' time in Northern California, back and forth with my mother.
Taking care of the family.
And during that period of time, I turned down much stuff and I couldn't do it. I didn't have the ability then in 2012, 2013, etc., to be. I didn't have, like Robert had, travel with my thing, and I can do it here in my closet in my hotel room and stuff like that. My mom's like couldn't. I had no ability to do with that, and I didn't have the. They wouldn't have had the time to wait around for me to get some equipment and train myself and stuff, and I just couldn't adhere to any kind of a schedule during that. Basically, 5 to 6 year period of time. So my mother passed away in 2017. So it was, I turned down a lot of work actually during that time. So I was going back and forth to Marin County, Northern California. And that's when the
co-op.
When the Neil thing, the one they got. Yeah.
Oh, for the audio. Okay, that makes sense for the audiobook. Yeah, because it's I highly recommend the book if it's like I was wondering. Well, it's going to be our question if you've read that one because it's probably,
Yeah.
in my opinion,
I
the best
can
StarCraft
send
movie.
you a link to that as well, the audiobook on Audible.
It wasn't 2016, it was 2019. I just looked it up. That you would have done that.
2019?
19, yeah.
He recorded that in 2019?
Well, it was released in 2019.
Oh, okay.
Mengsk?
Yeah.
I thought Mengsk came out.
Oh no! Oh, I'm sorry. I'm jumping between things. Mengsk was much older. I'm talking about the announcer that we played.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't remember. Sorry about that. Yeah.
I'm like, what?
No.
I remember reading Mengsk when I was a kid. What?
I mean, the book came out between.
Yeah, but yeah, okay. So this other thing you're talking about, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the videos we just watched from the co-op expansion.
But though that sounds like me, it doesn't sound like somebody
No,
impersonating.
and I think it's you. I hope it's you because otherwise there's a couple people who are liars.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Oh, hold on. Yes. Okay. Beginning to make sense now.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Okay, so in September 16th and 17th of 2019, I had 2 sessions at LA Studios, StarCraft 2.
Oh, there we
Right.
go.
There we go.
2
Mystery
days.
solved.
I am
So-
so relieved.
Yeah. I had 2 days, which were difficult to squeeze in because, let's see, how many days after that? The 24th of September, we started on our next cross-country drive,
Hmm.
and we're gone and didn't return until just before Thanksgiving. Went to New York and back, and that's, if anything was done in there, because I wasn't available. But you say the Mengsk was done many years before
Yeah,
that.
that was many years ago.
That was a book that came out in 2011 or 20.
No, it was before. Yeah, it was before Wings of Liberty, but the audiobook was,
Okay.
I think, after.
What do you say?
The audiobook was like
Oh,
a year after.
No, the audio didn't come out until much later than that.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, which I think was when you had your hiatus.
Yeah. Because I had seen the book Mengsk.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and wondered why it wasn't recorded. Because what was Neil's character's name?
Tychus.
Finley. Mr. Finley.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
It's so funny that you're talking about this when, like, this exact Subsourian. If I'm wrong, Mengsk is the exact book that Neil talked about in our interview with him, right?
No,
Was
he
it-
talked. That was Shadow of the
No,
Zelnaga he talked about. That was a different
Shadow
one.
of Zelnaga?
He did bring up Mengsk in a couple of the
Or
other
Hands
books
and
he did.
Symbols. He said that one of them, like, he walked up to the person and just asked if he could do the
No,
audiobook, and
That
then
one-
he was hired. Was
that
Heaven's
was
Devils?
Heaven's Devils, but that was also like his character's book. So
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I was gonna say if that was the Mengsk book, that wouldn't have made sense.
nah,
So
he did that one
yeah.
later. He did that one along with Liberty's
Yeah.
Crusade.
Yeah, Neil's like their main audiobook person for StarCraft. Him and Christy.
Who's the other person?
Christy Golden, who's
Golden.
who's author audiobook, who writes the books and then records her own books.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of Dark Templar stuff.
Yeah.
Protoss stuff that Arcturus wouldn't care about. Don't worry.
Believe me, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried. I enjoy doing that work because it's not work. It's great fun to do, and the people you get to work with are great folks. Just really terrific, and have been generous and stuff. But
I've always loved Arcturus.
well, I have other stuff I can share with you off camera. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay, man. That's okay.
nothing derogatory about the company or the people that you work with. Nothing at all. No negativity about anything. I had just the best time. One of the reasons why, and back when the thing was released the first time, and at what's it? BlizzCon.
BlizzCon. Yeah, I saw you on the stage there. Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
Online or in person?
Oh, I watched it online. I didn't go till much later.
Gotcha. No, that was great fun. That was a hoot. But did you watch that whole two-day affair online?
Yes.
They credited you as Zeratul on IMDb, and I loved hearing you rant about it. It was so funny because back then, I even looked at a Wayback Machine. Almost every credit is wrong. Every single one of them is wrong.
Yeah.
It was insane, and I was just sitting here why did people just look up James Harper and listen to his voice? It's so obvious he's Mengsk. It's not even funny. What the fuck?
I must say that what were you? Where was this listed? Was it? Are you talking about IMDb?
IMDb.
Yeah, IMDb. It was
the baby of us.
IMDb is so fucking wrong on so much stuff. I had my stuff straightened out many years ago. I went on. I'm going, what? Oh no, I'm not an art director somewhere. I didn't do that, and so on and so on, and blah 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 blah. Had me doing this kind of stuff. It has nothing to do with being an actor, and yada 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 yada. So I got that all straightened out. Everything was fine. And then, of course, used to be actors. If my name is James Harper, nobody else can use James Harper. Well, that's kind of gone by the way of the boards now. Yep. There are people out there claiming to be blah, 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 blah. Thank God when you do James Harper on IMDb, I still come up first.
Half the reason we started this whole show is because all the StarCraft actors were wrong, and we really wanted to get straight who did what and hear from them.
Well, but I am Zeratul, aren't I?
No, that was Jack Ritchell. Jack Ritchell and Fred Tatascore, who you did Mengsk.
No. Yeah. Where is Zeratul? Where is he in? Is that one of the characters in StarCraft?
He's in both games. But Jack.
Yeah. I was sorry. I was mixing that one up with the one I did in
Diablo. Yes.
Diablo.
I could see. Yeah.
So no, that's what I was.
That actually leads me to another question. Jack Ritchell did him in StarCraft 1. And he also was a character in one episode of LA Law, which you talked about earlier.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you ever met him before.
Jack what?
Jack Ritchell. More minor actor, but there's been a big hunt for him.
Spell his last name?
RITSCHL?
If I met him, I wouldn't know him, and it depends on when he did LA Law. I didn't start doing LA Law stuff until it's.
He was in season 7, episode 14.
Oh,
specific.
Season 7. What was the episode called?
14. It's called. I have it pulled up here. Where There's a Will.
There is another role that I keep pointing. It's on one of my favorite shows. You were on Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and every time you show up, I point at, look, Emperor Mengsk is. It was a very brief appearance, but do you remember that at all?
It was a brief appearance. It was a very upsetting. That was, and I don't mind saying it either. Yeah. So, okay. So you got your shot. You audition, you go, I've been wanting to audition for this show forever. And then when you get hired on it, then you discover that, oh my God, I know so many people associated with this show, because the show, even technically speaking, the artistic visionaries are all having a basis in theater.
Yes.
The costume designer for that show, he was costume designer at Ashland, Oregon, at the Shakespeare Festival up there, so many other places, and blah, 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 blah. So, boom, audition for the show, boom, get the offer, boom. Oh, it's mainly going to be just your voice. You're going to be in entering into and becoming Dr. Bashir.
Yes.
Yeah. And you are going to do, it's going to be your voice coming out of Bashir because you took over for him, blah, blah, blah. Well,
I still like seeing you on screen and pointing it out. Oh,
Yeah.
it's the Emperor.
that didn't happen. That was my voice right there when I did that. But if you saw the episode and you remember the episode, I can't even remember what that actor's name is.
The Bashir actor or the
Yes, right.
But you do briefly, like your corpse.
I
I don't know if that's you.
The beginning of the show.
Make me live. Okay.
But the rest of the show, when he's just healthy and there and him,
Yeah.
it's him.
Yes.
Because he went to the producers and said, no, I really think that I ought to be doing my own thing here, and you see, I'll be acting the way that person there who invests me, and you'll see me doing the stuff and voice and stuff. So that was it. What you saw, that was it. And I blew my wad for that show with that character on that little bit of screen time. And I was so...
I can see, yeah, I can understand why.
Yeah, truly, I was. Yeah, but I must say, on my reel, that opened my reel for a few years.
Like I said, it's my favorite. That whole show is my favorite. So having you on it is like, one of my favorite characters.
I know so many people, so many friends of mine, close friends and stuff. Armin Shimmerman, my very good friend and schoolmate from Juilliard, Casey Biggs, who also played. I think he was a Ferengi also. I'm not quite sure about that, but he was.
I need to remember.
Ferengi.
I used to know this. I know Aaron Shimmerman, of course.
Yeah.
But, I'm still watching Next Generation. I'm not on Deep Space Nine yet.
It's good.
So, yeah.
Watch. Yeah.
Well, I did. I mean, I could go back and look and see all the people I knew. But anyway, in LA Law, yes, my significant other had done 2 episodes of LA Law as the same lawyer, same attorney, and it was very funny episode. It had to do with condoms with the stars and stripes on them.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It was a hysterically funny lawsuit, and I forget who she was going against, which LA law firm attorney she was going against there, but it was great. I did 3 episodes of LA Law, 2 different characters, aside from the other stuff I was telling you about. But it was on camera 2 episodes. As a matter of fact, the first episode that I did, I think there were 4 of us in guest star roles, all from the same agency. Myself, a wonderful actor, still out there working today, I think, maybe, Mimi Lieber, and another great friend who passed away a few years ago now, who was absolutely great and won an Emmy Award for stuff that most actors in my position don't win Emmy Awards for anymore, because they never give these roles to regular everyday actors anymore. They give them to stars. They don't give them. That's right. So we got an Emmy Award as a guest star role. Anyway,
it's really obnoxious every time I see a new video game adaptation for a movie, or just movies in general, and it's like, Chris Pratt is Mario. You got Jack Black as Steve from Minecraft. And it's like all of these celebrities. It's like, guys, just let normal actors or voice actors come in. I want to hear new voices.
Well, I
don't want to hear the same guy play the same silly role 5,000 times,
Well, this is an actor you would probably have recognized back in the day. He passed away a few years ago, unfortunately. Stephen Gilborn.
Oh, yes.
I knew him.
I do.
Yeah.
You knew him
not personally, but I
knew
him from
the Wonder Years.
Yes.
The Wonder Years, yeah.
He was a teacher.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's cool.
He was quite a few episodes.
Oh,
It's very unfortunate.
Malcolm in the Middle. That's what I know him from. Okay.
He was a teacher and an actor, the two most underpaid jobs in the history of anything, if you ask me.
What are? Say that.
And actors.
It's so true.
Man was a champ working through those two jobs.
No, yeah, I don't want to be this whole thing be negative in here. What's coming out of my mouth? I mean, I enjoy this work, this life, this whatever. What I don't enjoy is the business side of it anymore. Yep. I used to deal with the business side. That was my life, was dealing with it. That's not a problem. I deal with it. Yeah, but over the last few years, it's just become something. It does not appeal to me, the business side, at all anymore. I'm sorry. Pay me to act. I don't work to do editing, to do running a camera, to recording. That's not part of my job description. My job description is acting.
Mm-hmm.
And pay me for that. I'll do that. Fine. I suppose had I done more if I'd done more on-camera auditions, on camera, meaning that the director isn't there and they do it on camera in the room, but still in person, kind of. But had I done more of those, maybe I would have been better at it. But and I could probably get better at it now. But it's all the other stuff that's involved with it. It's the editing it. It's this doing this. It's sending it out. It's all of this busy work paper. That's not what I don't do that. If I wanted to do that, I would have gotten into that end of the business.
Yeah.
So anyway. Sorry, my inner Mengsk is coming out.
Yep.
It does. It tends to do that when I'm doing this thought process.
Do you ever find yourself doing that in your day-to-day life every once in a while? It's just like
doing what?
Just like tuning into Mengsk or like doing his voice just to be seen or whatever.
Now, only when I'm talking to guys like you.
That works.
When I'm entering back into the world of it, yeah, sure, of course, of course. And I would certainly love to do others,
I would love to see him return, like even just one more time.
Write letters, send emails.
No, we just want StarCraft to come back, period. We've been writing letters to get the series back. So.
Is there any word on StarCraft coming back in any shape or form?
No,
nothing, man.
Nothing. The only reliable leak we have is that there's nothing going on. So we've been trying.
What a leak!
Do you know much about the administrative portion and who's still there and who isn't and stuff?
All my contacts left, but they did a big mess calling.
They
got bought out by Microsoft and
is the main who was the main back in the late? No, I know Chris has gone on to other things. Places.
He's back now. Actually,
he's back.
He left and then he came back.
Whoa! Okay.
Yeah. That's very recent.
He's back, but he's only focusing on Warcraft officially right now. But he might be doing
So I'm going to assume that Andrea is still there.
I think Andrea is still there. Yes, Andrea.
One of the Andreas are.
Yes. Yeah. The
Andrea. Who's the other one?
I don't remember. All I know is StarCraft 2. Wings of Liberty had two Andreas as voice directors.
Oh, okay. One is Andrea and the other is Andrea.
Oh.
Just FYI. Okay.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Yes. StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty, and I worked with Andrea, whose last name is blanking on me right now.
Is it Romano? Or is that the other one?
It's Andrea Romano, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It is Andrea Romano.
Romano sounds like it would come after Andrea.
I knew one of them.
She's a multi-Emmy winner, I gather, from multiple Emmys. Andrea Toyas.
Yep, that's her.
Yes, that's the one that showed up at BlizzCon. I remember.
That's right. She was the casting director. Not back when we did it originally.
Yeah, I know. Originally, it was.
Originally, it was Glenn Stafford, Chris Metzen, Bill Rottmer, Jason
plus the casting director they had in LA.
Yeah.
Which I'm trying to remember, and I think
wasn't it Glenn Stafford or James Finney or
no, it was a partnership. I think one of them was Dan Shaner. I think that's where I know Dan Shaner from. Dan Shaner and
Mark Schwartz. Does that ring a bell?
Yes, Mark Schwartz.
Okay.
Yeah, Mark Schwartz.
But Mark Schwartz is somebody I know from other places and other stuff. But yes, Mark Schwartz came in and did yes.
Oh.
That's when we went down to record something somewhere over in the South Bay. When they were over there for a brief period of time.
Okay.
When they were growing. First went down and did Irvine, and then when Mark Schwartz was connected with it, we did it at some place, not Marina Del Rey, but further south, down there on the in the South Bay.
Yeah, interesting. Okay.
Place went to over there near where's LAX at? What's the name of it? Oh, yeah, it was Torrance. Some place in Torrance is what it was.
Yeah.
And only like 1 or 2 days or something, and we had to be walked through the facility if I wanted to go to use the restroom.
Oh wow.
Wow. So they were really secure about it. Yeah.
Oh my god. All the doors were locked. You couldn't go anywhere.
That's amazing.
You had to have somebody walk with you through the facility. I'm going, what are you worried about? What? I come on. This was, we barely had cell phones then. And they were pretty obvious because they were this big, walking around. You didn't have little flip phones and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember those.
I'm pretty sure it was located in Torrance. But I think Mark Schwartz and I go back to other places well before this business. So
that's so interesting.
Oh, very cool.
But yeah, what do you think of comparing the way that you recorded and the atmosphere of recording for StarCraft 1 in the 90s versus StarCraft 2 in the 2000s? What did you enjoy more? What do you think was different?
That's like comparing the Renaissance with the Dark Ages.
Oh my god!
The early age of video game, and then
the original, the Dark Ages. I mean, I told you, there we have a whisper booth inside of a room, an office that has no air conditioning in the office, and then there's no air conditioning in the whisper booth. Of course, there isn't because whatever. And it was dicey, iffy, and soaking wet coming out of that place. I had to take a break, get some water and stuff every once in a while, and then then you go over to Los Angeles, LA studios, and I have my cappuccino, and then take it into the booth with me, and it's night and day and night, the atmosphere, and the professionalism that I dealt with back then and then now was the same. There was no lacking in that. What was lacking was facilities and stuff, and ambiance. Not ambiance created by the people, because the people were fine both situations 10 years apart. It wasn't that. It was what you got to work with, and what it was. And the folks over I must say, the folks over at LA Studios are just great. I'd go over there. I wish I could go and record stuff every day over there. It's a great
Sounds
place.
fantastic.
Wow, it's a great place to do it. It really is, and they have, I don't know how many studios they have there. At least 4, maybe 5. That I think,
Probably.
you know, and this kitchen, this place where you can have food and you eat, you know, so you don't have to leave. You know, it's great. I just wish they had more parking.
Yeah.
That's
More
the bane of every urban facility.
Well, yeah,
Kind of everywhere ever.
you have to run out and feed your meter if you can find a meter.
Oh God, yeah, in California, yeah.
They have
Yeah.
one teeny tiny parking lot that doesn't fit too many cars in it. And of course, by the time you get there, if you're not recording till 9 or 10, well, guess what? There aren't any spots available. They're all being taken.
Park in like a parking lot in a restaurant like 5 miles away or something. You gotta hike up there.
Right. No,
Yeah.
you're typically up there where they're located. Depending on time of day, you usually can secure a parking spot on the street. Usually can do that. But, you know, the difference is whether or not you secure one of those 2-hour places or one of those 1-hour places, you know. And, you know, and then they also, I do recall, they have certain sections of the street up there that have 4-hour limits. So that's the one you want to go for, is a 4-hour limit, you know.
So I have another question.
Yes, please.
So I keep calling Robert James because that's his character's name. It's really funny. So Robert, he told us that he was initially not chosen as Raynor until he basically begged and got the role, and the fans all begged as well.
Well, he auditioned.
You're talking about the sequel. You're talking about StarCraft.
Yeah.
Sequel. Yep. I'm wondering if that happened to you as well, or if they just came to you and said from the get-go, "Hey, you want to come back?" Like,
well, in my case, I'm a much more wanted person than Robert.
damn. Listen, really is the Dominion. We knew it.
To my knowledge, it just came straight to my agent, and
All right.
you know, were looking for me. And to me, it was much surprise. You know, I mean, 10 years I'm going, never hear of this again, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, we want you to come back and do this, which was cool and great and stuff. I know. Robert and I commiserated with him about that story. Man, I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it. I didn't know how it was that they would be looking elsewhere.
They got a lot of money and they thought we can get the Hollywood talent. And then, as Chris said, we had to go on a journey to figure out what we wanted was right here.
It was right here. It was, you know, kind of ridiculous, you know. But no, with me, I think there was, and I'm going to say that it was Chris. I'm sure Chris wanted me.
Yeah.
I
mean,
I am Mengsk to him. I could tell that from the get-go. You know, I mean, the get-go of StarCraft.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell that he hadn't worked with me yet. So, but you know, the fact that I did okay, why do I keep blanking on the name of the other one?
Diablo.
I also did one other one too. I think there was another name for something else.
Maybe Warcraft 3 or something.
No, I didn't. I don't think my voice has ever been in a Warcraft.
What about like Heroes of the Storm? Have you ever done anything with that?
Nope, I haven't. No,
Yeah.
I haven't, folks. I'm free on Saturday.
We were going to ask because Mengsk was someone they were planning in the early stage. They had early stages for maybe doing Mengsk, but it never manifested. So I didn't know if they reached out.
They had so many plans.
Yeah, they did. I was told that.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you knew and you were invited, but then they never actually did it.
Yeah. Well, that more had to do with the kid.
I didn't know and I wasn't invited. It wasn't that, but I was seeing what was going on and stuff, and maybe I just created it in my own mind.
Well, they were thinking about it, and
They were thinking that.
yeah,
Maybe
then the
Chris
development
might mention it too, or something, or Robert, or something
That
like that.
that could have been. Oh, I know what I forgot to tell you. One thing about the BlizzCon that we did, and you saw me at that. If you saw, I was asking you, started to ask you if you'd seen both days. So what I didn't know about these guys, I didn't know, and I can't remember his name. And who was the shorter guy, kind of stocky with the long, kinky hair?
Dave Fennoy.
Yeah.
No. One of the Blizzard guys.
Oh,
Producer, executive.
That was
Alan
James
Adham?
Feeney? No. I think
Plays the guitar.
Yeah. I think it's James Feeney, but I could be wrong.
I didn't know.
James Page?
Who?
No, it's not James
White
Page.
Page?
James is bald. That's a different.
I was gonna say that wouldn't make sense.
It's
but,
not that.
Matt
No,
Samia,
these guys had a band. I didn't know they were musicians.
Yes, they all are. Yes.
And he's the lead guitarist for them.
Oh, Harley Huggins. Isn't that who it is?
I think that's who it might be.
Yeah,
I
Harley
think
T. Huggins.
Might be.
Talked to him
He's
years ago, and he
very
had
tall.
long bit of hair.
Really long, frizzy hair thing there, and he's the
And
lead.
when I talked to him, he had like more hair than most girls I've
Right,
ever seen.
exactly. Exactly. And when we did the thing at BlizzCon and stuff, and there was somebody backstage, and I said, coming in, and I said, what? Oh, look who that is. Oh, that is no. What's his name? His wife is Sharon. Rock musician.
Oh,
Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy Osbourne. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Lord, yeah.
Sharon Osbourne. Okay, and I'm looking across the place because these places where all of us are behind curtains in that huge place down there in Anaheim, the convention center. There's more space behind the curtains where we all are than there is out there for the people that are attending. And I said, that's Sharon Osbourne there. And because Ozzy Osbourne is
right. He was the act.
Is the main musical draw. I mean, really? Ooh, I've never seen this. Will be exciting. Can I stay for this? Oh yeah, you're here for the whole. I went, okay, good. So I didn't realize that these guys were musicians, and they're the opening act.
Yep.
For
Chris Segaty is who the long-haired guy is. Yeah.
What is it?
Chris Sigaty.
That's it. That's the name.
Took me a second.
Yeah. Said, okay, great. And so there it is. And I got a picture, I got a picture of myself, not with Ozzy, but with Sharon and stuff, because he wasn't there with her at that moment in time. And then I just had the best time going out in front to watch the music stuff and see these guys do it. And then I got to see Ozzy Osbourne's act, and it was too wild for words. And watch him do the stuff with the fire extinguishers and all the stuff that he goes crazy with. It was great fun. Their BlizzCons were done up right, and I went to at least two of them. That was the first one. I went to another one also. Could have had.
It might have been the heart of a Swarm release here, like 2012, 2013.
I've been to the later ones, and they were
the other one. I think it was the Heart of the Swarm release that was down there.
That makes sense. I think,
like I said, right after you left, that's when BlizzCon started getting weird.
The BlizzCon always was fine. I think, having been to the later ones
until 2020.
Oh.
But
they stopped doing them then.
Yeah, it still in all.
What I'm thinking of is the Diablo.
I've been to that one. The BlizzCon was good.
I'm sure it was, but I remember hearing the buzz about the director guy thinks nobody has phones. I remember that.
Well, they called me up for something in Diablo, and there was another instance where I had time conflicts. I had other conflicts. I couldn't. I'm talking about within the last 6 years, 7 years, whenever they did. Didn't they
Diablo
do another?
4.
They
Didn't
just
they
made
do-
4, yeah. They made a
4
new one.
came out like
Yeah,
last year or
it.
something. So
Just released it or made it?
Made it. They just released it. It's been in development for like 6 years. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So that probably would have been, when was Diablo 3 done?
that was
2013,
right after.
2013.
Yeah, that was right after Wings of Liberty. That was like 2 years after.
Okay, so that was
2012.
that was the one that they asked me for, and that was the beginning of my trekking up to Northern California with my mother situation.
Well, like that's like right around where Heart of the Swarm went. So like,
Yeah.
it's really. I'm glad that you were, even though you died. I'm glad that you were able to be there for that last hurrah for Mengsk.
And it's very interesting to hear this, that there is no further plans for StarCraft, which to me is based on my limited knowledge, and it is truly limited, and only, and blinders on, it's limited to basically StarCraft. Yeah. My impression is that this was Chris Metzen's baby and his favorite project.
Yes. And then he left for a while.
Yeah. I didn't know he was back, so that's very interesting.
The only reason why he's back is because he's working on the new Warcraft stuff. And I feel like Blizzard right now, at least from what we're seeing publicly, I feel like they're focused mainly on Warcraft right now, and they're trying to keep him there for that. And because he runs his own thing right now. I can't remember what it's called.
Warchief Gaming.
Warchief Gaming. Yeah.
And that's a different thing, though. It's just a tabletop gaming.
Right, but like my point being is he probably still wants to do StarCraft. I'd be shocked if he doesn't. But he's probably like too busy and he's doing Warcraft right now. But like give him 10 years, he'll probably will have made StarCraft 3 by then, maybe. Or maybe I'm just
Here's hoping. I don't
even know, because by then I don't know who's still gonna even care about StarCraft by then. Who knows?
I think people still care about it now, but it's been a while.
Yeah, that's true, but still, I really would love to talk to Chris because, like,
well, you know what? You're putting these ideas in my mind.
Oh, okay.
I am going to, let's see. Does he do this anymore? Oh, he does. Okay. I think I'm going to have to send a messenger message to Chris Metzen.
Oh.
Hey, Chris, how you doing? Mengsk here.
Well,
what's happening?
If you would like to invite him on, I would love to have him.
I haven't spoken to Chris Metzen in, let's see. Or spoken. Well, no, actually, I haven't spoken to him. He wasn't there then.
No, when you came back from 2019.
When I did that stuff in 2019, he wasn't even at Blizzard then, was he?
Nope, he had left then.
He left in 2016.
Wow.
And he came back 2003, I think, very recently.
2023
or 23. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Okay. No, but now that you're thinking this, I'm going, my best connection actually would be Mr. Metzen, because I know he liked me as the character. So,
he's very loved.
Hear back from him.
Yeah.
Because I would love to. If I don't have him on, I would love to at least say hi. And
I'll send it, but these days, in Chris's position and who he is and where he is and stuff, he probably has an assistant that responds to all of those.
Yeah, and also in our case, he can't interview. Like they have to clear all interviews, and
they might have to clear it, or he might just say yes. I don't know. I would like to say hi either way.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm being selfish, guys. I'm talking to him about another job.
Yes. I figured that's what you were talking about.
I'll get to the interview part second, but yeah.
Exactly. No, that's what. If you can get that, and we inspired you to do it,
I would prefer a StarCraft 3 talking to Metzen on an interview. Trust
Yeah.
me. I'd prefer
yeah.
that.
No,
Yes.
no, but I will. You've inspired me. You've gotten me going up here. And yeah, okay, that's worth a shot.
We're glad to help.
That,
Right.
you know,
Even like the StarCraft prequel, I would love to see Mengsk the book be adapted in some fashion.
well,
That'd be cool.
here's
That'd be a
the
tough one.
Oh.
Rise of the Suns in Core Hall. You know.
So I have a question for you two guys then,
Yeah.
because this was something that I think, probably not necessarily misinformed about, but that the information was correct, but then it took a nosedive and nothing happened. Aren't they doing a film version of World of Warcraft?
They did. They did a while ago. Well, the first Warcraft. It came out 2017, and it didn't do so well.
It died. It died.
They were going to do 3. And, yeah, it did. So actually, it sold really well, but it reviewed badly, so they stopped development. So they didn't do any more.
So I thought, and maybe I'm just mishearing things. Was there ever any talk of a filmed StarCraft?
There was briefly talk of a Netflix, and it was like the preliminary. Let's talk to the people at Netflix about it. I don't think it ever got anywhere because of lawsuit.
I don't think it went anywhere. Yeah, but like we mentioned it to
Robert.
Oh, I almost said James again. God damn it. Yeah, Robert.
Yeah.
I kept calling him James on that interview as well. It's just funny.
What did he say? What was he? Did he have any?
He'd like to do it again, but he didn't.
He said the same thing as you, like, you know, and that's the other thing is like I joked about it on his interview, but like I just, if they do a StarCraft movie and somehow they get some of the voice actors back, I prefer that to be before things change and some of you guys aren't able to go there and do it, because like if they do it in 20 years, Chris might not even be able to be a part of it.
Right.
And like having Chris not be a part of a StarCraft movie, I probably wouldn't even be interested. I'll be completely honest.
That's
like,
inhumane.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's his baby. Don't fuck with his baby.
No, I mean, I always got that. Yeah, when I came back to do StarCraft 2, I really did get that impression. Well, he told me a story. Now I'm not going to remember the story correctly. What was the story? He told me a story about me, my doing it and stuff. I have to search my memory bank for this one and come up with part 2 of this interview sometime down the road. Sure. But he told me a thing where that basically, bottom line, I was it from the get-go. There was no question about it. That I blew him away with the audition and stuff like that there. And so I trust him because obviously it came to fruition, and he asked me and definitely had me back the second time, third time, because there were three episodes I did, not a.
I guess technically 4. I mean, because there was also
technically, yes, you're right, because of the other things that you pointed out that I didn't realize totally forgot what that was in 2019.
Yeah,
and
I had a brief time, yeah.
In 2 days. I did a lot of those little one words and 2 words and stuff like that.
And the guy who directed it said, "Yeah, that was the proudest moment of my gaming career. I got to direct James Harper as Mengsk."
And who directed it?
Chris Fugate. I don't know if he directed it. I know he wrote it, but he said that was his proudest moment.
Now we're going to have to never tell him that James completely forgot about his greatest moment.
He directed it because something tells me that Andrea Toyas.
Oh, it might have been Andrea. It could.
She might have been there too.
Not Andrea Romano. Yes. Not her. She's big time. Andrea Toyas, who was casting director, now directs so much. And Andrea Toyas directs many of the Warcraft.
Yes, I think she's still there. And I misspoke. I think he meant he wrote and heard you perform the lines he wrote.
Right.
Yeah, I could be wrong. I mean, it could be because I'm not. Oh, actually, no. I'm sorry. No. I'll tell you who came in and directed it. Wrong. Now, he may have written it, but oh my God, I'm blanking on his name. And it's somebody I know. He's an actor, and he's one of the voiceover guys, and he also directs.
Glenn Stafford, maybe?
No.
It would have been around then.
No,
Yeah.
he's in StarCraft 2. Oh my God.
Patrick Sheets.
Nope.
Not him?
Nope.
I know he voice directed in Nova Covert Ops. That's why I bring him up. Travis Williams.
Can't you find out on IMDb?
I'm looking it up. IMDb doesn't have a listing for
Right.
co-op missions, unfortunately.
I was going to say, we also, last thing we trust after starting this is IMDb.
No, I know.
IMDb is not trustworthy, and yet we always find ourselves going back.
No, I know him so well. I think with JB Blank.
Oh, JV Blank.
Yeah. You know JB, don't you?
I do know him. I never knew that
He was in Boyd, LANC. JB Blank.
Oh, I see him. Yeah, JB Blank, born in '69. Yeah. It says that he did some stuff for StarCraft. Oh wow, I didn't know.
Yeah, did World of Warcraft stuff, and he's done a lot. And he directs lots of things, and he directed those episodes. That's who directed them.
Oh, okay.
So he's not credited on IMDb, but he is credited on IMDb for Warcraft and Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah.
And a few other things.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's him. I found him. Yay.
Yeah. He directed me in those two. I think he directed both days, but he definitely did direct me. Yes. I knew him first, not through this voice work and stuff, but he works doing some dialect work and stuff like that with the Fountain Theater.
I know this guy. He did Vander in Arcane, one of my favorite Netflix shows. I know
he's huge in video games and voiceover.
That's awesome.
Well, yeah, that's cool. Okay.
So cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So I think we should probably wrap up.
Yes, I just looked at the clock. You are right.
Well, we can invite you back next season, I think, if you're still interested in talking about it, because it was
I'm
talking to you.
interested in talking about it. I'm always interested.
I would love to have both of you. Well, do this again. Both you and Robert. I would love to have you both on.
Well, that would be cool. That would be cool.
Yeah.
I'd be happy with that. I'd be happy with that.
Me and Subsourian can just sit back and let you two
chatter.
Well, there we go.
To get the fans to see you all.
That would happen.
Yeah, I would love to have you guys both on.
Yeah.
It's been an honor. I mean, as you can tell, I love Mengsk.
It's been an honor, Emperor, sir.
I literally have a back tattoo.
See if I can get one of those shirts.
Yeah.
Send me a link to if you find one.
But I even have a tattoo of the Dominion symbol, no matter the cost, from Mengsk. So I'm a huge Mengsk fan.
No, I tell you, I've gotten immense pleasure from this connection with StarCraft 2. I mean, my God, over 20 years.
Yeah.
Over 20 years.
From one more, actually. We're on 25 now.
25 years. Oh my God. I grew up with this series. I literally was born 1 year after it came out, and my dad played it every day with me on his lap when I was an infant. So, I grew up hearing your powerful voice and stuff.
Yep.
That's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. It is funny because it was one of the great things about doing StarCraft 2 was back then when you started discovering, because I knew I knew nothing when I first did it, and then I didn't pay any attention for the next 10 years, thing, or next however many years it was. So then I come back, I get hired to do this and stuff.
Yeah.
The number of people that, like in your position, that grew up because their parents or because they were learning about it or whatever, and how many people were waiting for the sequel?
Yep.
For years and years and years and years. That was just amazing to me.
Yep. And now we're back in that same situation.
Again. Yeah. It's fabulous.
We're actually about the same. We're actually about on the same. It's been about 10 years since the last StarCraft release. Almost 10 years. And we're actually about at the same point of elapsed time from Brood War to StarCraft 2. So, like, who knows? They might make another one again.
It's time. It's time.
It is time.
It's time.
War is coming.
War is coming.
All right. Do you want
war is coming? What's the lesson?
With all its glory and all its...
That's it. War is coming with all its glory and power and glory and stuff. I don't know. Right now. But yeah, no, great fun was had by all, and I had a great time doing all this. Great to meet you, and
it's an honor to meet you. Yeah.
Great to meet you as well, man.
I'm going to have to get in contact with Mr. C and say, okay, thanks for sending out that little note to me because I just got finished. Great fun was had by all.
Yeah, man.
Keep in touch. Yeah.
And we'll keep in touch. I have one final question for you.
Sure.
And it's going to be very simple. So I'm going to actually twist it from what we normally do. Normally, we ask the actor, what's your favorite race? And since I think we all know what your favorite race is in StarCraft, what's your favorite and least favorite races in StarCraft?
Okay. You shouldn't be asking me this question.
Well, I'm doing it. Say something bullshit if you don't know what it is. Just say bullshit things. It's fine. Say something funny for me and
my favorite, like RACE.
Yeah, like
the Terrans,
yours
the
would
Zerg,
be Terran
and the
or human.
My favorite race is actually, surprise, surprise, Kerrigan.
Kerrigan.
Still
the biggest twist, Kerrigan is a race of her own.
Yes, I know.